Welcome to Let's Talk About Conflict with your host, Lynne Nash.
Hi there, Lynne Nash. Welcome back to Let's Talk About Conflict, podcast where we talk about the skills around handling conflict. I'm your host, Lynne Nash, and yes, I am an attorney in Texas, and no, I'm not yours, but come visit with me a little bit about why you might want to think differently. All right? So I have to start by telling you the motivation for today's episode. Robert Earl Keen, a favorite singer-songwriter of mine, yes, go look them up, has a title called It's the Little Thing. It's the Little Thing. And in this song, it talks about all the little annoying things that our partners might be reminding us of. It's the little things. It's the little things, the little bitty things, the way you remind me of how I'm going soft. It's the little things, the itty bitty things. It's the little things that piss me off. Okay, line from the song. That's it. Okay, so he never ever says in the song who is irritating him. And he never tells that person, hey, you can go jump in the lake or you can do whatever else. But the implication in his tone of voice is saying maybe you should knock it off. Maybe you shouldn't do that over and over and over again. And he repeats, it's the little things over and over and over again. So why does that song matter? Okay, here's why it matters. Little by little, things add up. Okay? And so once those little things that are just driving you, once they all get there, you can fill in the blank. It's the boiling point. It's where things blow. It's when you know you've reached the end of your tolerance. It's the little things. Okay? And they all add up. So a really close friend of mine was going through a divorce a few years back. And I got to tell you, I think most people who knew him and his wife at the time would have said his marriage looked great from the outside. I think everybody who knew them would have said that. And yet, while he was going through the divorce process, he shared with me that in this 20-year marriage, he felt like he had experienced a million little cuts. Wasn't the first cut or the third cut or the 12th cut or the 100th cut. He said it was a million little cuts. And he just reached a place where he didn't think he could take that 1,000,001, just not even one day further. A million little cuts. I think that's actually far more realistic about how we blow in conflict. Most people don't just come at you, right? Most people will take it until they won't anymore. And then that internal conflict has been growing and building, and you've lost the ability to get ahead of it. So now you're in a different stratosphere, and you got to hold over the problem. So I want to bring up this parable, if you will. The story, hopefully you've heard this story before, the story about the frog in a pot of lukewarm water. Have you heard this one before? I hope you've heard this one before. So the story goes like this. If you put a frog into a pot of boiling water, it will jump to escape itself from the danger. Does that make sense? It's boiling, you put the frog and they're out. However, if you put a frog into a pot of lukewarm water, and you gradually heat the water up, then the frog will fail to perceive the increasing temperature and will ultimately fall prey to being boiled. All right, so we talked about a million little pets. We are talking about boiling frogs. What does anything have to do with what we talk about on this show about conflict? Okay, hold on. I'm going to make this really, really clear. Sudden, big, loud experiences make us really aware of conflict, and we react in some way right in the moment. those big things we understand and we react and we have a reaction and we know what to do. However, when the opposite occurs, which is far more often, those slow, incremental additions of things that are upsetting, of things that make you feel uncomfortable, they are adding up. They are building layer after layer after layer towards really big consequences and really big conflicts. And the hard part about all of this is it may take a while before you even realize that this is causing a big conflict because you're building this internal conflict and you're trying to just put it away. Or you have these smaller conflicts, but it blows up because those million little cuts, it's the little things you remind me of, the slow raise of the temperature, and then all of a sudden you are in the boiling water. So, as the people in our little human state, we adapt to gradual changes. We're made to do that. That's part of our biology. We will adapt to gradual changes, which can lead to being unaware of worsening situations until it just feels like one cut too many. The water is boiling us to death, and we would do anything to make it stop. So what do you do? What do you do? What is there to do? Okay. Remember, this is a podcast about skills. So I'm not going to leave you empty-handed. I don't want you to go, yeah, I get it. But now what? Here's what. Look for incremental shifts that are leading to the larger frustrations or conflicts. Okay? Look for, why do I have this reaction when I have this interaction with someone? What is that little cut? Why am I accepting that little cut? Focus on proactive, do it before you're reacting, proactive measures which utilize communication. Ask for feedback to make changes. We're not perfect. We may be causing some of these shifts and we're not even aware of it. I absolutely lost it on my dear husband today because in the last 12 years, he has had this really emotional response and thrown all this money after something that I have said all along was a waste of time and all along I thought was a mistake. I've been trying to fold this in. And then one more time it came up and I just lost it on him. And it floored him that all these little increments that I lost it. Yes, I'm not perfect. I'm trying to tell you how to be better than me. We're going to work on this together. And then afterwards, I apologized. And I apologized. And I apologized. And I said, I'm probably not sorry for what I said because I boiled over, but I'm really sorry the way I said it. It came out as an attack on you, which was not my goal. And I really am sorry. And we're okay because we are human and things like this happen and we can have those communication skills. So seek to collaborate with the person you are feeling the shift from. So after I apologized, we talked about it again. What can we do? What do you feel? What do you feel about me? Can you foster that environment of openness and understanding? And when you boil over and you lose your cool, have you built trust, especially in your partnership at home, your in this case, it's my husband, your spouse maybe, or your partner, or someone at work, and things happen. Have you built that trust? Do you have that environment of openness and understanding where when things happen, you can come back and say, yeah, I'm really sorry. I am really sorry for how I did that. That is 100% what happened for me today. But those incremental shifts, if you are more in tune to recognizing the pattern, you're not going to get to a million cuts. If you get in tune to feeling that shift where all of a sudden it's a little hotter in the room than it used to be, go to the balcony, take a break, shift the thing, make some adjustments, ask for that feedback. We all need it. We all are going to make these mistakes here and there, but we don't have to get to a million cuts. And we don't have to get to boiling water. And we don't have to be the nagging human talking about all the little things that someone needs to do to be better. Okay? So, foster the environment of openness and understanding. Give people the ability to make mistakes like I did today and make their apology. And if you did it, boy, you better be a real apologizer because everybody knows when you're not sincere, right? So that is what I have for you today. It's the little things. You can go find Robert Earl Keen's song, It's the Little Things, on all the streaming services you may subscribe to. And I won't sing it for you, but I think you'll get a kick out of it if you go listen to it. That is what I have for you today. Don't get caught in all the little things. Thanks for joining me. We have a lot of fun putting this together. Hope that you're enjoying this. Please send us an email. Let us know what's going on. You can find us on Instagram as well. And if there's something you really want to learn more about in the world of conflict, let me know. I'll do what I can to help you with that. I really appreciate all of you for being with me during this show. And we'll see you down the road.